Hey, just wanted to uh, share a little something with you. A church over in Gladewater Baptist Church that is called Impact Fellowship Church. Um, I'm telling you, these people are absolutely horrible. They're against any kind of gender equality. I have multiple friends that are affiliated with the LGBT community, and I have a number of African American friends out there that I frequently talk to all the time. Um, anyways, this church has no room for anybody um, who is uh, of African American or gay, lesbian. The pastor will not let them join. They are very, very judgmental. They're most of the time when you go to this church, 90% of the people that go to this church are a family of family. Either they're members of the family of the pastor or the pastor's wife, or friends of the pastor's wife, or friends of the pastor. Um, it is basically like one big, huge family reunion, if you will. Um, as far as me and my family, we went to this church and we felt totally unwelcomed. We felt, at first, we felt welcome and we thought, hey, this is church for us, this is a good place. But after a while, they started in on a lot of other stuff, and it's like a horrible bunch of horrible situations that went on, and it got to the point where we were forced to move. We were forced to pretty much leave what we knew, uh, and we were forced to um, leave what little bit of family we had left over in Gilmer, Texas. Um, Members of the church that knew the police department. I was constantly harassed by the police department after we decided to leave this church, and it got to the point where myself and my wife were being pulled over for anything and everything. It was just absolutely horrible. This Pastor Weldon Williams, his wife Kenda Williams, and her father. Uh, it's just horrible. They're and what's funny about it is the pastor can barely read, can barely spell. I'm surprised he could even spell his name. Um, he stammers and stutters behind the pulpit. I mean, literally, his wife has got to get up there and read his notes and read the scriptures and all this other stuff just for him to perform his duties as a pastor. And so, basically, to sum it up, she's the pastor. And if something doesn't go right, oh, they cry, they go, and it's absolutely horrible. They've broken up marriages in this church, and one of the sermons that Pastor Weldon Williams at uh, Impact Fellowship Church in Gladewater, Texas, had mentioned um, that that we all shouldn't be getting divorces and we all should be staying together. And if you mention the D word, and I don't mean Dallas, I mean divorce, you're halfway out the door. Well, next thing you know, you're coming back to your house after you drop off one of your friends, and the next thing you know is you're being surrounded by a bunch of church members and they're asking you to leave, and they're trying to steer you away from your wife. They won't let you see your kids or anything else like that because you're such a horrible person, because you're a free thinking individual that likes to speak that likes to speak his mind and his opinion. Okay, I understand that sometimes that your opinion is not valid or whatever, but I believe everybody should have a voice and should be able to speak as freely as they so desire to. Um, with that said, right there, in this church, you are not allowed to. The women will pull your wife together and try to brainwash her and thinking that you are something that you truly are not. Well, to make a long story short, um, me and my wife are still together after a while, after she pulled herself away from these um, evil women in this church. She figured out that she truly did need me, and I needed her just as much. And we came together, and she pretty much told me that she grew up without a father. How in the hell could she do that to our children? You know, not having their father a part of their life. Rather, if I was with her or if I was not, I was always going to be a part of our children's lives. But as such, um, you know, I'm not gonna uh, make myself sound like I'm the most perfect person in the world, because I am not. I have my flaws. I have my inner demons and my character flaws, as if you will. And I mean, you know, we don't always can change overnight, but as such, we can try and do our absolute best as individuals, as far as I believe. But anyways, she loves me very much. We are still together. We still have our beautiful family together. We are not affiliated with Impact Fellowship Church in Gladewater, Texas anymore. I strongly say that if you are living anywhere near Gilmer or Gladewater, Texas, or around the surrounding area, and you are of African American race, or of Latino race, or affiliated with the LGBT community, if you're gay, lesbian, or transgender, this church will not accept you. The pastor, I've heard him say right behind the pulpit that he will personally get him and his little minions, if you will, to take such person and drag them out of the church, because that kind of person will just bring you other members down and just bring in negativity into the church. Um, I think it's kind of remedial. I think it's fascist. I think it's demeaning towards other people. I believe in live and let live. I believe that people should be treated as equal. I understand that way things are going right now in the country, we are slowly working our way up to such equality. Um, I believe if you are gay, lesbian, transgender, you are a human being. Okay, it doesn't matter what gender equality you choose to be. It just really just doesn't really matter. I believe that you should be treated equal. You are a human being. You are a person who has feelings, thoughts, emotions. Um, you know, um, we all have a right to live. We all have a right to come and go as we please, and say and do as we please, as long as it's not anywhere that's going to or harm it, harm anybody. I do not believe in bullying. I do not believe in intimidation. And this church is full of nothing but bullies and intimidation. They are very, very judgmental of anybody who is not of equal to them or as superior as they are. Um, it's horrible. It's really horrible. I now go to a church here where I live locally. They are uh, very loving people, very friendly. They welcome you with open arms. They treat you as if you were been a member there for years. They treat you as friends. I have gotten help from this church. When me and my wife first moved into our new home, we had absolutely nothing, and they helped us get something. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful for this church. Um, there are churches out there that are like this church in Clearwater. They are very, very judgmental. They refuse to acknowledge people for who they are and refuse to acknowledge that this person can love God or these people have feelings too. They just refuse to embrace um, that notion that everybody is created equal. Um, but um, I just wanted to put that out there to everybody and just to let everybody know that there are there are organizations out there that just do not recognize race or gender equality or free thinking individuals. So be aware if you live in Clayton. Be aware.
Oh, you're a million here.
Just be aware. I'm going to end this live stream.
Oh.
Yes.
You were really in here.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Come here, I need your help.
God.
Doc is on the phone.